Hi, in this video we're going to be looking at merging shapes in Figma. So jumping back into our design file, I've made a few shapes here. So if we select one of these rectangles and let's overlap it with the other rectangle. And if we select both of them with the mouse, and if you go up to here, this icon up here, top of the screen, you've got different options, and these are kind of similar to Illustrator. So you've got a union selection, which joins both shapes together. It also says that in the layers panel there. Subtract the selection, so it's now subtracted that second rectangle from the first one. Intersect, so it's now cutting out that overlapping area that the shape's kind of crossed over with, just there. And if we go to exclude selection, it cuts out a hole for the part that both the shapes are overlapping. Hopefully that makes sense. Again, we can do it with various different shapes. If I overlap these circles, if I zoom out, select them both, come up here, and if let's have a look, let's subtract that selection. So as you can see, it's subtracting that second shape from the first. If you go into your layers panel, you can still gain access to those different shapes, and you can move them around and adjust them if you want to adjust the way it's cutting off that first shape. One additional feature that I wanted to look at, so if I draw out a couple more rectangles here, and if I just overlap them slightly and select them both, there is a flattened selection here. I guess this is more of a destructive way of creating and joining these elements together. So if I flatten the selection, you can see it's joined them up here in the layers panel, but these elements, I can no longer move them like the other element on the canvas. So here, where I've done a subtraction, I can still double click into the element and move the shape around to adjust it. Whereas here, when I flattened the selection, I can only go in and mess around with the points. Yeah, so a little bit more destructive, but I guess you've got the options there and you can select what's best for what you're designing. Okay, see you in the next video.